Well, hello there. It's John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is November the 22nd. It's a Monday, and it's about, I don't know what PM. So, does it matter? Let's see. Let's get close there. Wow, it's 7:36 as I'm recording this. So, for the more observant of you, I've been away. Why, John? Let me explain. So, on the evening of September the 22nd, I had already gone through a little over a week of coughing and coughing and coughing. And my dear friend, whom I love very much, Grace Mary, dropped off one of those little devices. You put it on your finger and it tells you what your oxygen level is in your blood. And you want it to be in the 90s. That's just where you want it to be. The higher, the better. Mine was 76, which the doctors told me is very bad. Very, very bad. So, pardon me, once you know, now I'm coughing. Um, so the next morning, I called 911 and I went to the hospital where they said I had COVID, even though I had had the J&J vaccine in, I believe it was April. I think April 22nd. About 20 seconds in here. Anyway, they gave me all the right medicines and got it out of me. It did no damage to me. My lungs are clean. My heart is good. All that stuff. However, and it's a big however, they totally neglected me and leaving me in bed for over 10 days without letting me get up. So I was bedbound and I couldn't get up. And in that 10 days, I couldn't walk anymore. So they gave me what they called physical therapy, which was, can you stand up, Mr. Wilcox? And the first time I could for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, I had to sit down. And they went, all right, that's good. And a couple of days later, they did that again, and I couldn't stand up. And I just plain couldn't stand up. And I made a stupid decision after the second week. It was, do you want to go to a rehab facility or do you want to go home? And we can have people rehab you at home. And I said, well, let me go home, which was a stupid decision, by the way, because I was unable to walk at all. How was I going to get to the bathroom or things like that? Um, and so they had these young EMTs pick me up in an ambulance to bring me home, put me in a wheelchair that Medicaid had provided, and be home. Would that happened. Instead, they brought me to my home and they dropped me on my concrete sidewalk about, I don't know, 2, 3 feet. Uh, and that hurt. And they also hit the back of my head not once but twice on the metal part of the wheelchair. So, protocol, it turns out, would have been that they bring me right back to the hospital. But they didn't. They managed to get me into the wheelchair and then they got out of Dodge and never reported it. So I'm home and it's all starting to sink in. And I said, well, I'm in pain. And the pain was getting worse every hour. And I said, I'll tough it out through the night, which I barely made it through. I went back to the hospital and they checked me for concussions and did all sorts of battery of scans. And still in the bed, still getting virtually no therapy. So it comes to October 21st. They transfer me to Cosenacare, a rehab center in Norwalk, to go get physical therapy. Well, the first 5 days really sucked because in the 5 days they did exactly 1 day of some rehab. So I made a fuss, and after that, it grew and grew and grew. And I got lots of rehab, and I met some very nice people. I will point out Benita and Latasha and Fermina and a bunch more. Monique. So many to name. Uh, Not everyone was great, but most people were great, and that made up for the fact that I am basically away from my home, and a slave to my bed outside of when I get rehab. So I was there until today. So today I had a wild ride home in a what they called an ambulette by a guy that was just like on everyone's ass and driving at like Mach 1 and swearing at everyone. So, are you going to get out of my. I'm not even going to say it. Anyway, so here I am. I'm back. I've missed my life. I missed my nephew Michael and my cat Tinkerbell. And I miss everyone. So there's a lot of you who don't know where I've been, and now you do. I'd love to hear from everyone. Um, in that time, for some reason I don't know, a lot of the phone numbers erased off my phone. So please send me your phone number if there's someone I talk to with any regularity, and you know who you are. And if it's not someone I've talked to with regularity, why is that? What's going on? So anyway, here I am. I'm back home. I'm back in business. We're gonna get back to stuff. I love you all, and be in touch, please. Email me, call me, do all that stuff. Shoot up a carrier pigeon. Well, don't shoot it, but send it. Bye bye.